we can just talk some bull crap and like we were doing already.
Pretty much.
But
something like that.
So what were we saying about the Randy Orton and all that? We're just doing this until letting people come in. Welcome.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah. Oh, we got no people on. Yes. All right. So we let people.
Who's that dude that does Quiet Storm?
Oh yeah, I gotta freaking share this shit too. Right,
so
cool, let's do this.
So how y'all feel about Randy Orton? I think it's gonna be. He's gonna put in a good match.
Oh, I gotta
He's gonna have to cool it on the amount of RKOs he does though.
I gotta get this.
Yeah, and those DDTs too. So at least one of them. No. It's
DDT's less damage, honestly.
Yeah. DDT's on his feet. The RKO, he's jumping up in the air.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that they should bring it back to unless.
What do we got? Who's in the building? We got somebody in the building. We got somebody in the building. It's probably Shantice. It'll say we just waiting for a few more people to get in. Welcome to R&B with S3. You know what I'm saying? This is our first iteration of this here thing. We're here to talk all things R&B. We're gonna go up. We're gonna start the conversation going in about what 2 minutes. As a matter of fact, let's put some music on until we start getting it popping a little bit. Hold up. I'm gonna put this here on a familiar tune for y'all.
It's Christmas.
Yeah. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Woo! I ain't alone today. Woo! Don't you love it? Ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the first time. As you see,
Well,
it's S3. Talking a little bit of
R&B.
Hey! Talk to R&B. Welcome. Let's go.
Just so you know, this is one of the rooms in the house of
VIP section. Y'all are very, very privileged to be in this house.
Yes,
so are we, by the way.
Thank you. Here. Thank you for having us in your home. We appreciate it.
But let me just start out by saying, we've been trying to do this for like 2 years, 3 years.
Very long time.
2 years, 3 years.
Overdue.
Yes.
Okay.
I remember like we were still doing like the Talking Champions like weekly. Like this came up, like we wanted to, blah, blah, blah. But we finally got it together. Our lives are crazy. That's the only reason why we're not an actual official singing group. You feel me? But
that's true.
That's true. Yeah, man, we here. S3 R&B with S3.
R&B with
my name
S3.
is my name is Stan Michael, as some may know. The true king of R&B rhythm and beat down as it in because your man, for those of you might not know, I am a professional wrestler. So that's what I do. I sing in the ring. You feel me? So I got my partners with me though.
Here we go.
I know you didn't just say that.
He did not just say that.
Yes. But I gotta say I'm honored and privileged to be here with not only my blood family, family, all right. First or second, one to generate one. I it don't matter.
Still family.
Blood.
Still family.
Second. All right. Blood, right? That's one. And then This is my best friend, guys. If you know him, you know me. If you see me, you see him.
Had to come up out of here.
Woo! Yes.
Sorry. We may do that time to time.
If you think I'm bad, you ain't seen nothing yet.
So this gentleman over here introduced himself, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. I am your friendly neighborhood black friend, Mr. E.SAM to the S-O-N Jones, aka the 6'8 King. Because I like 3/4 so much when I play. Because you play one of the songs.
Yeah. How many songs you guys in that time?
Actually, that may be the first song all three of us are on. Baby, I ain't playing no games. He got verse 2, and you.
No, I didn't. Yeah,
you on the keys.
Studio, yeah.
So all three of us are your technique. So,
so
for those of you who do not know who I am, well, y'all know E. Samson Jones. I am a full-time singer, full-time drummer. I am a music lover. I love to do music. I'm a voice coordinator if need be. I myself am my own artist, but we got some stuff coming up for you. Trust me, just be a little patient.
Yes.
I got you. Oh, and if you also need a drummer, hit me up. I got you.
He said, I'm still waiting. Well, we ain't there yet. What? But yeah, nah. Baddest man. So who you?
That's right.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who
is you?
So I don't have any grandiose titles like these gentlemen here. My name's Scott.
Hold on. I can't see the comment. Yeah, attitude. Yeah, outfit. Yes. We're a group, baby. We're a group. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Hold on. I think I can.
Why does it say Uso Sammy?
Who's the same? Oh, no. I gotta do the comments. That's why. All right. Y'all coordinated the outfits. Yes, we're a real group. Feel me?
Yes, we are.
Only reason we don't do it for real is because we don't got the time. Got the Nita. You feel me? Yeah. We in pocket. We in pocket.
Sir.
We in pocket.
You gotta stay in pocket. You
got
got
to stay in pocket.
If you come out of pocket, stay in there. Right there.
But who are you?
Like I said, I don't have any grandiose titles. I'm Scott Jerome. I'm a self-titled, self-proclaimed critic of many things, mainly music and movies. But
you can follow him on TikTok, Scotty Wrestling.
That's my wrestling page. I talk about it. Sorry. So, you ever be around some people that you just can't take seriously? Yes! This one here. I can't be serious around this man.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
And there it goes. Anyways, yes, you follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Scott Jerome. I talk about a bunch of different things. I'm also a musician, keys, drums.
Mm-hmm. The originator. Keys,
drums, and what else, Scott?
Coughing, which is what it amounts to today. I'm not joking.
Hold up. I'm gonna do something right here.
Don't do it.
Because he's missing something.
I think I know what he's gonna do.
Because you know he's Otis.
Wait,
who? Otis, man.
No, seriously. See, he's Otis.
Telling the story now? Is that what's about to happen?
I'm telling the story.
Tell the story.
This is embarrassing.
It's not. It's the origins. 'Twas meant to be. It was written.
This
you know what I'm saying?
This is when it
look.
This is one of them things in life, looking back on, it's just like, what was I thinking?
You was in the right place. You was in the right. You saw it before anybody. That was the man that put the mic in my hand. He put the mic in my hand. He really did that.
That I was right about.
That happened.
But everything else.
And the organ, the intentions. You know what I'm saying? The organizer. You're Otis. You was Otis in that whole mother. You was Mike Bivens before Mike Bivens was there.
You put the mic in Stan Mike's hand.
Yes, he did. That's why I gotta give him credit for that.
Well,
I gotta learn how to do these comments from my phone.
Oh, facts. Facts.
But till I do, we here to talk.
We gonna talk about something that, in my opinion, ever since the 90s has gone downhill. I'm not gonna say it's dead.
It's not dead.
It's not dead.
It's definitely.
It's on life support. We'll say that. It's on life support. We're gonna talk about R&B. Now hold up. Respect to the new school, I get it. But we're gonna go back. We're gonna do our homework. See, we started that page, R&B 065, for the people who did not know the origins of the true R&B. We're gonna talk about how it really was supposed to be when men get together and actually make a boy band, make an R&B group. We're gonna talk about the classics.
Don't forget the ladies.
The ladies got a couple too. The ladies do have a couple as well. That's right.
Yes, indeed.
They got a few. So now we know. Not everybody knows. You know the origins of R&B. We're gonna give y'all a little education.
Go ahead.
We're not gonna go too far back because that may be a little over your heads, and some of y'all, gotta do the work. Go home and do your homework.
Let me talk to you.
You gotta do your homework. Yeah. You got to do your homework. You gotta go back and look at the classics. But when you So when we talk R&B, we talking about some of the ones that we had that we grew up with. Some like Boyz II Men, Drew Hill, Jodeci, groups something like that. In that kind of ballpark, because that was R&B. That was real R&B. You had people who came together. Oh, and of course, they were a little later on. I definitely loved them. Day 26.
Ooh.
That's definitely
we gotta do
later
it.
On.
I hear you say New Edition.
That's like New Edition. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's on me. Yeah, everybody you just described is just like the five fingers of New Edition.
Right.
New Edition. New Edition.
But it's okay. We're here.
We talking about two fingers today.
We here to educate.
Pause.
We here to teach. A pause.
Pause. Alright.
Okay.
We here to educate.
Okay. I'm with it.
Give y'all some knowledge about the past.
All right.
Or just to give our general takes. Like obviously we just very huge appreciators of music, but R&B was a huge part of shaping our musical sphere, so to speak. Like it was one of the biggest influences. We grew up in, the generation where like MTV, VH1 and BT was like slowly starting to become more prominent, So, it was the music videos and, like five guys in the boy band singing the rain with no shirts on.
Of course.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what R&B was for us.
That's what R&B was for us.
Absolutely. Hold on. I'm going to try something right now.
Keep going.
I'm gonna try something with me right now. I'm gonna just say right now, bear with me.
We bearing?
Because this might
bearing?
Hold up. Yeah. Keep bearing though.
So
keep bearing.
All right. So
keep bearing.
All right.
Keep bearing.
Right, you want?
Boom. Did it.
Oh, he did. I don't know. He did. But he did.
What? I don't know what he did, but he did it.
So
Barry Gordon.
Gotcha.
So all right. R&B, obviously, like I mentioned, the music videos, responsible for shaping not only our musical,
agreed,
sphere, influence, blah blah blah, but it was also responsible, me personally, and I'm only representing maybe one or two things, is certain figures that I was terrified of.
Hold up, yeah, what up, Drake? Shop in the building.
Drake, what's good, man?
What's up? So please tell me you were present when R. Kelly released Download, the music video.
Okay, the Download video. That
Ronald Isley.
I will tell you that video. Now I understand, the whole R. Kelly. I'm sorry, the whole R. Kelly scrutiny. I get it.
Just focus on the video.
No. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna keep it real.
Well, it's more about Ronald than Robert.
Right. I agree. The one thing I learned, and I will tell you this, and I'm just kind of realizing this just now. That song Download helped me when it comes to writing music. It helped me learn how to tell a story when you're writing out lyrics where you could tell a beginning, middle, and an end. You know how you got a book, you know, you have movies, you know, you got a theme, you know, you tell someone like, hey, this is the story, this is what happened, this is the beginning, this is the middle, and this is the end. And I feel like that was one of the first videos for me. The song entirety, the complete body of work of that video down low helped me be able to be like, when I want to write music, I want to be able to tell a story like this. And I thought it was just
see, but that's what happened when you put R. Kelly with the anyway.
Well,
not moving on.
Well,
not for the main event. We here. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Boyz II Men.
Well, who else?
Versus Jodeci.
Boyz II Men.
I just want to put it out there right now. Right?
What's up?
I just want to put this just as this before you even get to it.
What you put?
I said Boyz II Men, right? He was
Yeah.
like, right? I said Jodeci. I got a specific response, right?
Go ahead.
But anyway.
You did.
You ain't talking about what I did.
I am talking about what you just did.
We'll discuss it.
We'll discuss it, though.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah, we gonna discuss it. All right.
We gonna discuss it.
Okay, where we start? Let's start with the boys, yo. Let's start with the boys.
Okay. So I will tell you. I'll go first. I'm just gonna start talking about track. Boyz II Men was, when I got to know Boyz II Men, they had already been established. I believe the first song I heard from them was, for me, it was Bended Knee or End of the Road. It was one of those two. And those two songs, for me, that's what.
Wait a minute. You're talking about like a 3 to 4 year difference. End of the Road was
I apologize.
Cooley High Harmony. That was the first album, 91.
Yeah.
Bended Knee was from number 2, which was 94.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
I'll say this. When I heard Bended Knee, I'm like, you got 4 men who can sing very well, not only individually, but singing together. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on a sidebar for this. You got a lot of R&B artists out here nowadays that don't know what it's like to sing together. No, we're going to discuss it. No, we're going to talk about R&B, and it is a factor in R&B. When you in a group, you got to know how to sing with people. You can't sing by yourself. All right? It's one thing when you can go, oh yeah, and you can do all that by yourself, but you gotta know how to sing with your brothers.
Yeah.
You gotta know when it's time to pull back.
Yeah.
It's time to get it.
Yeah. You gotta know when to pull back.
You gotta know when to pull right. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. Anyway. So when I heard Down on Bended Knee, it grabbed me and it pulled me in, because like, for me, when it comes to vocals, the harmonies are crazy.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
I got Amanda Ashley talking about Stan BB to have his sex on the podcast. Wait, first of all, okay, who this is? That's my bro. Y'all missed it. Yeah, I don't know if y'all missed the intro. That's my day one. Day one. You know what I'm saying?
That's bro.
There's over 15 years in blood in the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So you know me, you know him, you know me.
You want me to tell the story how we met?
Later.
All right. So going back to R&B. So Boyz II Men, Down on Bended Knee, that was one of the songs I'm like, it's a great song. The harmonies sound good. Like, you know, I like Boyz II Men may be the reason why I'm so good at writing heartbreak music. I have no idea why. Shout out to Tito. Tito. So once I heard that, I heard the harmonies, the heartbreak, and something about R&B music. When you hear the lyrics, like, you relate to it. Darling, I can't explain. It's just like, you feel it, you relate to it, and that's what R&B music does to you. That's what Boyz II Men did for me. They opened up that door and let me know, like, this type of music is like you put feeling into it. So for me, it was Boyz II Men. I went back and did my research and found out that they did End of the Road. So that's what it was. That's when I first heard those two songs.
Okay,
so I went back. I was like, this group is great. What else have they done? This legendary song, End of the Road. What's this about? Oh, I've heard this song before, and then I learned it was them, and then ever since then, I became a fan.
Scott, when was the first time you heard Boyz II Men? When you fall in love with them?
The first song I heard from Boyz II Men was definitely End of the Road. The song that made me like hook, line, and sinker with them was actually Waters Run Dry.
Oh, that's a good one.
And it was one of those things like when I was a kid, I used to hate on certain R&B vocalists because I'm like, they shouldn't be that good.
Right.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
So what it is?
It's so open. We don't even talk anymore.
Wait, just to put that out there, I think all singers kind of feel that way.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking low key, every time they hear motherfucker, they be like, nah.
So
damn, he's cool.
So one of them was Mariah. I like when I was a kid. It was just a love-hate thing. I'm like, yo, I hear it. And like, 4, 5, 6, I'm like, she's too good. Like, I don't like that. And then the other one was mainly Sean Stockman in Boyz II Men.
Oh,
like,
so good.
I'm like, he had the range, he had the falsetto, but then when in Waters Run Dry, bro, he came in with a riff. I'm like, nope, who does that?
Nah, that's the range. He went yo, he went up. Yo.
So that's
the range right
for
there.
me, that's what's
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't just hear that.
That's dope. That's dope. Nah, the first time I heard Boyz II Men, I didn't even know there was Boyz II Men. They was just in the Michael Jackson movie.
Wow.
Just forgot.
No cap. They was just in the
Ain't
Michael
nobody
Jackson
good enough for the Jacksons.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, and I always remembered, especially Wanye's face.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His face, and maybe because he said that. You know? So I just kept seeing them pop up throughout the 90s and stuff. And I was kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like they grew up. You know? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really looking at them like that movie was kayfabe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right.
It's kayfabe. I love it.
Yeah, I'm looking at them like, they really do.
It was kayfabe. I love
So
it.
that's where the Boyz II Men started in 1963. And then around the corner from
The corner in Indiana.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's how I interpreted them. And it wasn't until I was really older that I put it together what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you just like, all right, cool. I heard the sound and kind of blocked it out because everything that was going on in the movie. And then I was just like I said, my impression of them. But then it wasn't until I was a little older, going into high school. Going into high school that I really sat down and learned. I sat down and listened to it. You know what I'm doing? Yeah, I sat down. I took it. I had and I didn't mess up either. I got the greatest hits one. I didn't get the album. I'll talk about the album in a minute. I didn't listen to the album. I got the greatest hits. Okay. And then
nowadays it could be said because blasphemy.
Right. Exactly. Now, which part of was what their problem was actually when I didn't realize it at the time. You know what I'm saying? More on that later. But they put that out, and I start realizing, like, wow, I know these songs fake. I know End of the Road. I know Song to Mama. I know Water Runs Dry. Like, I've heard these songs before. I just didn't equate. So now I'm like, okay. So I did what we did with the Temptations with them. And I did the deep dive. And yep. And I'm like, I get it.
I call it doing homework.
Yep. And I'm like, okay, boom. And for the longest time, and while this was going on, I thought that Wanye and Sean were. I had the craziest debate. If Shep ever sees this, it's crazy. I had the craziest debate with him for years because I swore that Wanye's voice was Sean's face, and Sean's voice was on Wanye's face.
Wow.
If that makes sense. You feel me?
Because if you haven't seen the videos, you don't really know who's
exactly.
saying
I
what.
never watched their videos.
Yeah.
I never watched the videos.
I got something I want to say.
I watched them perform, but it never registered. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
I got something I gotta say.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one that did that because I actually listening to old commission records. I'd never seen them perform live. So I was matching faces on the album covers with voice. I'm like, well, that's probably him. That's probably him. I I'm just glad I'm not the only one that did that.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, no.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I got
Be
you.
honest here.
So for me, I know we're not talking about this episode. That's right. I said episode, which means there's more to come.
Episodes.
I know we're not going to talk. We're not talking about him this time, but the group that really solidified my love for R&B was Dru Hill, and I was going to talk about this later, but I kind of want to touch on it now.
I'm so glad we're having this episode today.
I feel as if
Don't go down a rabbit hole though.
No, I'll try. I'll try not to. I feel as if if you agree with me, we may go down.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like every single R&B group had that one member where they were not the front man, but if they were not in the group, I don't think the group would be as successful as it was. In my opinion, for Boyz II Men, I kind of want to say it's Sean. Not discrediting Wanye, but Sean had an insane falsetto. For me, I know everybody's talking about Maxwell, women's work, all that stuff. I was introduced to falsetto by Sean Stockman? Sean Stockman from Boyz II Men. I feel like every single R&B group has that one guy that's just, he's better than you think he is. With Boyz II Men, it was Sean. With Dru Hill, it was Jazz. With Day 26, it was Mike. In my opinion, I feel like there's always in the R&B group, there's always that sneaky guy. He's not the front guy, because you think Dru Hill, front man, Cisco.
I got something for that for Dru Hill, but I really will say that for another time.
Dru Hill, Cisco. Boyz II Men, Wanye.
Actually, I got something for that. So the actual dark horse in Boyz II Men, believe it or not, is Nate.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Let me
This is why we're here.
Let me tell you why.
Let
me tell you.
See, I don't know nothing about
Let me tell you why.
No, you're right.
You educate me.
You talked about frontman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone would agree when it comes to Boyz II Men, Wanye is more or less the face of the group just because he's the loudest one there.
Agreed.
Let's just call it what it is.
Agreed.
Now, we'll talk about Wanye's vocals and the vocal transformation
we will.
later. More on this later. Heavens, the best you're going to talk about. Anyway, however, why I say dark horse, out of the four horsemen, that is Boyz II Men, Nate is the one guy in the group that can sing everybody's part. Now, he doesn't have the best voice. Out of the three main vocalists as soloists, he does not have the best voice.
Really?
It's not sweet. He's got this like uncontrollable vibrato that he can't really turn off.
A little shaky.
Yeah. However, he knows the parts. When it comes to them like singing in the group, he's the guy that everyone goes to reference the parts, and he sings the bass lines. So, what a lot of people didn't know is that Mike, he would have to follow, that Nate would lay down the bass parts in the studio for Mike to follow, and then he would just practice what Nate laid down. So even later, after Mike was no longer in the group, Nate's doing the bass parts in the studio.
Y'all taking notes?
Then they would go live. Then they would go live.
Y'all listening?
And I saw this when they performed alongside the Temptations. They had Nate doing falsetto. He sang Eddie Kendrick's part because they did "I Can't Get Next to You" with the Temptations.
So
Nate sang falsetto.
So that's
Nate sings falsetto on more than later albums.
So that's an testament just to his range.
Here's the thing about it too. Here's the thing about it too.
Wow.
Number one, I think he wins most improved by a long shot, because if you listen to like the first album and if you listen to him now, that shakiness that we're referring to isn't there as much, if at all.
Yes.
You know, he's actually very solid. You know what I'm saying? And that actually brings me to my next point, which I was going to bring up about Dru Hill. There's a member of the group that gives you that sound, that blend. You just said he's not the strongest, but you can be not the strongest vocal member. But your tone, the way it blends with the rest of the voices,
it matters.
That can alter everything.
Talk about everything.
I feel like Nate is that guy. You know who I feel like that guy was in Dru Hill?
Say his name.
It was Woody. Really, it was Woody. They like now Dru Hill now. They got wow, great singers. Like Tails, crazy, and they got the two dudes from Player, Smoke Diggler and my man Black. They was on from the group Player.
Skola didn't come back, right?
Skola, I don't think he's dead. I don't think he's with me.
Okay.
I don't think he's with
I liked
I like Skola too. I like him too. But they're all great singers. They're all great singers. Woody's a great singer, but I feel like when you listen to Drew Hill records, you can hear the classic records. You can hear Woody give him that blend and shit. You know what I'm saying? He gives them that sound. They sound different now. They still sound good, but he gave them that sound. You know, that Drew Hill, the quote unquote that Drew Hill sound. Now with Nate, you can say the same thing over there.
Absolutely.
Because he's able to master so many different parts. Yep. He had to pick it up when they dropped Mike.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When they do the acapella version at End of the Road that features Brian McKnight, that's him on the bass. That's him. And baby, just don't let me down.
Baby, just
you know what I'm saying?
I love what he does.
You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's Nate. So that's why we gotta give him flowers in that regard.
Oh yeah, I give it to Nate. Now, for those of you who are not aware. Now, you got to understand that when these R&B groups were around, every single member of the team contributed in one way or the other. And that's something you need to make a successful R&B group. I'm just going to say that. I'm leaving it alone.
So let me ask you, what's your top 5 Boyz II Men songs?
I'm glad he's going first. Give me a second to think about it.
Right?
Now, I'm going first.
Go. I ain't write this down.
Now.
I ain't write this down. Y'all can drop it
down.
down.
Now, I'm going to say this.
Y'all in the comment, y'all can drop it down.
I'm going to say this.
Your top 5 Boyz II Men songs.
I'm going to say this. Now.
Wait, before you go.
Okay.
I think there's one song that's probably in all of our top 3s. It's On Bended Knee.
Damn.
Just for the bridge.
Exactly.
That's
okay.
That's actually. Now I'll say this.
Is that your top 5?
That's my actual number 1 Boyz II Men song.
Okay.
My favorite song by them is Down on Bended Knee. Okay. Because the bridge, not just vocally. Now, I gotta come out of pocket just a little bit. This is the musician side talking about me. That chord progression is crazy. Yeah. Tell me now. Tell me that chord progression is crazy. And then when you finish off the chord progression, you resolve it. And then after you resolve it, you modulate?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. When you gotta understand. I'm a musician. Cheers to the purest form.
No! Get me started! Have mercy!
See, this is why. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go out of pocket, but I'm saying a little pocket. The fact that you do that chromatic drop with the chord progression, and then after you resolve it, you finish it off with the modulation. I can't.
Yo, you know what's great? I don't even know who produced that song. I gotta find out.
And it was now musically, that's why I love that song.
Yeah, shout out to the backstage, bro. What up, yo? Stop in the building.
Vocally, in my opinion, the way Wanye hit those notes on top of that key. Don't have to be follows terminal. I'm down on my knees and I'm begging you, please come home. Keep it going, babe. I just want to go back, babe.
Actually, more on that later.
Okay. So for me, going back to the original question. For me, that's my number one. Out of my top 5, that's my number 1 Boyz II Men R&B song. That's my number 1. Number 2, End of the Road, because there's something about that last part when they cut the music out and it's just all vocals. And you hear everything. Beautiful. I'm sorry. Like musically, when you could cut the beat and you could hear everything in its fullness with its like the harmonies, the accord, soprano, alto, tenor, and the bass in its purest form.
Got number 3.
Number 3.
Come on, bro.
Something that just worked for me. Okay, so number 1, what I say? Number 1,
Vanity.
Number 2,
End of the road.
I'm sorry. Also, if it's not a if it's not a heartbreaking song, it's a baby making song. I gotta go with "I'll Make Love to You."
Of course, all right.
Come on, if you don't know, no brain.
Yeah, word. Yeah.
No, I don't want to hear it.
I'll be honest with y'all. I don't think that song gets enough love in today's day for being a fucking. Yeah, that's the thing, motherfucker. I'll make love to you. Like you want me to, you feel like I feel like people don't appreciate that song now. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. I disagree.
You don't think so?
Does it doesn't have the prestige of, let's say, like
It's because it has prestige.
No, listen.
You feel me?
This is what I'm saying. Does it have the prestige of, let's say, Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing?
Ooh,
Perhaps not.
You go
But
get me
when it comes to 90s baby making music, I promise you that's people's top 3.
I hope so.
I promise you.
I hope so.
I put money on it.
No. I hope so. Only because I feel like that song gets lost because of what you just, because Boyz II Men gets put in this prestigious level because every song that they do is like so. You gotta play for your wedding. You gotta play for like a special occasion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So like I feel like, and I might be wrong in that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you exalt them. You don't really think of them when you think about making a baby.
I agree. In my opinion, listen, I'll say this. I feel like in R&B, when it comes to the top 2 things that are really good, that sound really good in R&B, baby making music, heartbreak music. I'm sorry. The feeling you hear in those songs, yo, you can't match that. I'm sorry. So what I say?
Number 4.
What's number 4? I'm gonna say "Water Runs Dry."
Okay.
Because for me personally, one thing I like about writing music is that if you listen to my music, you know, hopefully, if you listen to my music, you will understand. Note one thing about my music. All my songs I write about personal experiences. So when you hear, you know, all those "we don't even talk anymore," I know what that's like. When you write what you feel, I think that sells the song even better. It's just like, because when you write a song, people gonna be like, I know there's somebody who knows it. Number 5.
Number 5.
Sorry. I dragged on. I apologize.
SICNK.
Number 5.
I said sensing.
Song for Mama. It was just a classic. I apologize. Song for Mama is my favorite.
I'm good. Go ahead.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Number 5, Song for
Mama.
Number 5 for Boyz II Men, Song for Mama. Number 4 will be what I say. Was it Water Runs Dry? Number 3, I'll Make Love to You. Number 2, End of the Road. Number 1, Donald Benedict.
Okay.
That's my top 5 Boyz II Men. In that order.
Okay, my top 5. Number 1, it's got to be Doing Just Fine. First track off of Evolution. And the reason why.
Yeah.
There it is.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Just a shirt.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you.
No. Okay, I'm gonna try to
The
do this.
alcohol is kicked in at this point.
All right, fine. If he rabbit trail, we on rabbit trail.
Go ahead.
Talk.
Why Doing Just Fine is my number 1? When Evolution came out, this was Boyz II Men. This was technically, chronologically.
Talk about it.
This was
the history.
This was their 4th album.
It's your time.
But it had come out. There was like a huge gap between when number 2 came out in '94. Evolution came out 97, 98.
Yes.
So
y'all taking notes?
And this was like everybody was waiting. When's that next Boyz II Men album dropping?
I hope y'all taking notes.
I promise you, I listened to that album front to back, and I was confused because I'm like, "Where's Wanye? I don't hear him.
Wow.
I listen. I'm like, wait, what is going on?
You gonna talk about this?
Wanye before Evolution, the
gonna
Evolution
discuss
album,
it.
he had range, he had power, but he had like this little husk.
Yep.
And it was his voice was so recognizable.
Yep.
It was gone.
His horse.
So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, what happened? He's on the album cover. I don't hear him. So then I listen back, and I'm like, that's not Sean. That's not Nate. You mean to tell me that Lil Wanye, how did his range go up?
That's why I got them confused.
That's why you got Wanye and Sean confused. Bro, I had the same problem. Like, that has to be Sean. It's too high for Wanye. It was so crazy. And then, lo and behold, I see the music video for Doing Just Fine. Like, that's him. It doesn't even sound like him. The timbre in his voice is different. The freaking vibrato is different. And he's like killing it. He just keeps going higher and higher. What the heck happened to this dude's voice?
In control.
And in control.
In full control.
And so, and mind you, this is the first track on the album. Doing Just Fine. And I was lost. I'm like, no.
I'm sorry.
That can't be him.
I'm sorry. Not to cut you off. Can I say one thing? You need to understand when it's anything, if this man is talking about anything, this man has done his research. He's done his homework. The reason why he is here is not only because of his ability on the keys, not only his ability on the drum, but this man knows his history. Talk to him.
My man said, I'm doing just fine.
I'm all right.
Bring it
I'm
up.
okay.
I put money. That was a throwaway whip.
My man,
You didn't play that.
Dad, that's some shit you think about doing, but you don't really go for it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he went for it.
He goes on,
He was still on the mic before they ended the tape.
and it was recorded. Yo,
So, yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
go.
He knew what he was doing.
I'm sorry. Get back on track.
Woo.
Yes.
Sorry,
Doing
sorry,
just fine.
sorry.
Number one.
We had to talk about that. And here's the thing about that, too.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the thing. Let's unpack that a little bit because he had a polyps on his vocals.
Yes.
Wow.
So you had to have surgery.
Yep.
And you come back. And you like that.
And when you have that surgery, it's a 50-50 chance of you not being able
Wait a minute. What is that?
Talk.
What is
I
that?
don't know.
That's
Okay. They're men of faith.
I was gonna say it's nothing but God. But
It couldn't be because literally.
That's the
If
only
you
way I
listen,
can
if you
explain
listen
it.
to stories of other like full-time touring recording artists
Right.
who've had to have any kind of vocal surgery, they don't come back the same.
No.
dude, you're hearing Lauryn Hill talking about she's canceling her shit because she's like born vocally and stuff.
Yeah.
She had no power. Well, not that we know of, but like you know what I'm saying, like
No,
nothing,
that's
not
just-
that,
and that's just-
to our knowledge, she did not have surgery on her throat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this man, and we're not even shading Lauryn Hill on that. This is just saying that this man is like on some like, how do you have surgery that's supposed to
Hinder.
impair, but it takes you to such a different strat?
Yeah.
That's like Kobe Bryant when Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles.
Say it.
And when he tore his Achilles, and then he all of a sudden like what?
He becomes
Instead
a
of what he
monster.
became. You know what I'm saying? So no. But anyway, but that's wild. That's wild.
Yes.
So shout out to him on that.
Shout out to him.
Respect.
Touch
Where's
the
it
Wanye.
Ah.
One to Wanye,
Yeah, man.
baby. One to Wanye.
We're gonna have to drink another one because I got a question. They have 4 members on that one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I was listening to this interview earlier. I heard this interview before. So I heard this. This is probably the most transparent Boyz II Men interview I ever heard. It's on the Breakfast Club.
I'm putting the pin on my top 5.
Yeah.
That's the pin right there.
Oh, goddamn.
No, you good. You did it.
I'm
That's
so
the pin
sorry.
right there. Go
All right,
ahead.
my bad.
Talk your talk.
I'm just saying, like they because we didn't mention it. We was mentioning how the bass singer Mike was no longer a factor, and I noticed like a couple years after that interview was given, like whenever they play End of the Road, they re-recorded all their hits, bro.
They
They
did.
re-recorded all their hits
They did.
just so that I don't know if it's just so that he doesn't receive any, but they don't play the '92 version of End of the Road on the radio when I hear it. They play a new. They went back in and they don't have the talking part, and they go. They go. I don't want to be lonely. They just sing it. You know what I'm saying? And then they go, and then So
the fact that we just both thought on that same part, and we're the same.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Like, I don't know if anybody else in the singer sphere ever did this. If you ever performed Boyz II Men End of the Road and you didn't have a bass singer to do it, you would do it the same way that they do it now. You would just go to the lonely. You would just sing the bridge instead of listen to the guy talk or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah. They just alluded to, health issues, but like they said health issues. They put quotations around that.
Yeah.
They left it very loose.
Oh yeah.
Because it was really layered, like what really happened behind the scenes.
Do you know any like kind of anything about that? Like, or not that you were there, but like, do you know any like kind of?
The fallout.
Have you guys done your homework in regards to what happened to Mike?
I know. Look,
I've heard what I've heard about it, but I don't know if it's 100% true.
I don't know.
There's two sides to every story.
Exactly.
So,
I don't because that's the thing. Because I didn't see. I saw the man on the celebrity show.
Yeah.
And that kind of gave me a different side of it. I was like, all right, he's troubled, but
yes.
but so and then you look at them and they're kind of, we don't got time for this. yo, so I kind of put two and two together from there.
It's not. There's no black and white with this. All right. So trying to make a long story short. Basically, Mike had multiple sclerosis.
Yes.
He had back problems, leg problems. He was in constant pain. Not unlike Paul Williams.
If you see in the videos, he has the cane.
And Melvin.
But Mike has the cane in some of those videos. Watch those videos. Mike has the cane. That's why.
Yeah. So the problem was he wasn't forthcoming about it. He didn't tell his bandmates for years. So it was a case where he's just missing shows. And then it got to a point where it's no call, no shows. And that's a big no-no because you got to understand something.
Yeah.
When it comes to groups, you get paid based on everyone showing up.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's not showing up, it's affecting the other three's money. The fact that he's not exactly. That is the reason, and that right there is the reason why Eddie and David were not let back into the group.
Facts.
More on that later.
We'll do a Temptations episode. More on that later.
Facts. So
it
got to a point where it's like, yo, Mike, what's going on? Okay, finally he tells them. And like by then it's like the damage is done. And this is where, like I said, it's right down the middle. I can't put all the blame on him because truth be told, stories have been coming out about the fact that after they hit their first stride of success, first wave of success, Boyz II Men became absolute assholes.
That I heard.
Yeah. And
particularly on the second album.
Yes. By the time it was a Christmas album, for heaven's sake. By the time we did the Christmas album, it was always like, we them guys. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And at first when I heard it, I didn't want to believe it, but I'm like, yo, it's too many people who were working behind the scenes saying the same thing. I'm like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. So, long story short, what happened with Mike? He was not forthcoming, and they weren't forgiving enough. So when it got to a point where he could no longer perform, he was let go.
Yep.
This is where it gets dicey. They wanted to do a reunion tour, and they did want to involve him. He wanted the same booking and the same amount of money that they were going to get. They offered him a lower price.
Well, sorry. Boom.
Still going?
You good.
All right. They offered him a lower amount. He said no. And for that reason...
Oh, Shay here. What up, Shay?
Hey, Shay. What's going on, girl?
Oh, that Shay.
Yeah. Sorry.
So for that reason, he didn't join the reunion tour. And even on that, I'm torn. I get why, like, I feel like they're his brothers. They could have given him the same amount of money, but just purely from a business standpoint, I understand why they did it. Because it's like, they never stopped putting in the work. The legwork to get to the status of the amount of money that they got, he wasn't present for it.
Right.
And most of that was his fault because he didn't tell them.
Right.
But also, as a man, I get why you want to keep some things to yourself. I get it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's probably scared. Like, if I tell him this, I'm gonna lose it all, kind of thing. If I,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But my issue with that is like nothing against Mike. In my mind, like he's part of the group and he's still a pillar when it comes to Boyz II Men, when it comes to R&B. I feel as if if you were successful with your brothers, like if you would have came to them and told them, you know, what you was going through, I feel as if they would have understood.
Yo, to be honest with you, on that interview I heard years ago, I don't know how much of a brother they looked at him like. I don't know.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Hey, see, I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay.
Here's another thing. When it came to the formation of the group, Mike was the last addition.
Yeah.
Because remember, there was a fifth member.
Yeah.
When they performed for Mike from New Edition, it was 5 of them.
Pretty much, like, think about it. Nate is pretty much Otis, right? He done had 2 members in before Sean even got there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was Nelson.
I don't even know.
I forget the guys' names, but it was 2 other guys, but we only know the 4 because the 5th there was supposed to be 5, but then he left before the album dropped.
They come
He left before the first album dropped.
No.
They coming to see me.
They're coming to see the Temptation.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I come to see you. Otis. Sorry. Otis, man. Sorry. I had to come out at some point.
No. So yes. So Mike was the last addition. So just in terms of camaraderie, the other 3 had maybe a year to 2 years before Mike ever entered the picture. And mind you, they were rehearsing in the way they met him. They were rehearsing in the high school bathroom. He just walked in and started singing with them. So whatever bond they already had, he kind of just added to the mix. So it could be that they never really saw him as part of the nucleus that was Boyz II Men.
That's what I got.
That's
the
just
impression.
speculation.
I got
to explain.
And then, yeah, that's what I got that impression with it, based on how they handled everything, how they spoke about it.
Yeah.
And there was like no love loss kind of thing, but it was kind of like very, very professional.
That's the
That's the
professional.
No
as
love
an
loss.
adjective.
No love loss. It is what it is. Let's move on from here. That's what I got. That's the vibe I got.
You know, and that seemed to suffice. You know, but yeah, no, that I had to put that in. Who's number 2? Your number 2
All
song.
right, so picking it back up.
All right.
Boyz II Men, my number 2 song. Combing the albums. For me, yeah, I have to say End of the Road.
Yeah.
So what I said, Doing Just Fine, End of the Road. My number 3 is actually It's Pass You By from Nate, Mike, Sean. Let me tell you something.
Don't have to stay with someone that makes you
Nah, like that song hit me at a time when I was a teenager when that joint came out. It just hit home, but not to mention production with the times, harmony. These guys were still killing it, and the lyrics. I'm like, bruh, I'm a teenager and I can relate to this stuff. This is like universal. It hits at all ages. Yeah. Classic. So Doing Just Fine. Yeah. End of the Road. Pass You By. What's number 4? Number 4, probably. I have to say it was Water Run Dry. Like I said, it was the one that solidified it for me with these guys. I'm like, no.
That song for me, when Sean came in with that riff on the second verse, that let me know that Sean was. It wasn't just Wanye and company. You had 4 monsters in the group. That let me know Sean was a monster in his own entity.
So here's my number 5. It's a cover, but I don't think it takes away from them as vocalists. It's their cover of "Can You Stand the Rain."
Woo.
Also from the Evolution album, bro. That whole song is a cappella. Ooh. And I don't think, because sometimes groups, if it's especially limited vocalists, it's just the 3 of them doing harmony. Mike is doing the bass. Mm-hmm. Sometimes groups will layer in order to add other aspects. Like it just sounds amazing. I don't think they did that for this. I think it was literally just straight. The 3 of them with the harmony. Mike did that.
Drew Hill did that a lot.
Wait a minute. We're talking about
jazz.
We didn't get there.
I'm gonna talk about Jodeci later. All right.
So those are my top 5. So I said, Doing Just Fine. What was my number 2? I forgot.
So Doing Just Fine.
Doing Just Fine.
Water Runs Dry.
Water Runs Dry was number 4. Number 3 was
Injection.
Oh, End of the Road.
What'd you say?
Hey, we got come. Injection. Pause.
Wow.
Click.
All right, Stan, top 5.
Oh boy. All right, boom. So it's kind of a mixture of both of y'all's. My number one all the time. All the other ones aren't in order. Number one all the time. I just got to get out end of the road. That was the end of the road.
The fact that end of the road has made all top fives on all three of our lists.
I named my move.
Click. Clickety click.
I named my move after the damn song, right? Listen, this was the first voice that I played this song so many times.
I love that finisher.
Front to back,
I'm
backwards
sorry.
to front.
I love that finisher, and I love how you call it.
Thank you.
End of the road.
Thank you.
I love it.
Rhythm and beat down. Got
First time,
Yes.
first time you started posting videos of you singing, it was the End of the Road cover.
Mm.
You don't remember that, do you?
Wow.
Right, you was in your bathroom with a great tank top on, snapping with your left, mind you.
Ha!
That's why I remember. He was snapping with his left, and he's a righty.
Dog.
That's not bad on my left hand, but go ahead.
It's that, and then they do the cover, the other version with the fucking Brian McKnight. And, no, it's just.
Ooh, yeah.
It's too
I
much.
remember that. That was good.
The End of the Road that's the one for me. After that, Doing Just Fine.
Oh
For
yeah.
the same reasons he said. I gotta throw the Prince of Egypt song in there.
I will get there.
I will get there. That's another one he went off on. We've been another one. Yeah,
Oh, man. I can't believe I
When
forgot that
you
one.
make the top five with the song that's on the soundtrack, that's not even your album.
Just saying. That one is another one. Pass You By is another one.
Oh, yes, that was my number 3.
You know, yeah. So it's my also. I Do.
Woo! I'm sorry. So, can I tell a story? Can I tell a story real quick, Stan?
What up?
So, in my old high school, the chorus teacher, she asked me to come back.
Shout out to Miss Santillo. We here. You see us? You see us, Miss Santillo?
So my chorus teacher asked me to come back and sing a song for the kids, let them know what it's like, to what life is after high school. So, when my range was like, in its prime,
yeah, Rocky, we know. We was just joking.
When my range was in its prime, which sometimes I feel like it's not, sometimes I feel like it is. I was able to sing I Do in the key that they do it. I sang that song for the students of North Lockton High School when I was an alumni, and one of the students was so flabbergasted. It brought her to tears. I don't think it was my voice. I think it was the lyrics to the song. I'm telling the world here and now that I'm going to love you.
And what?
I take this vow.
There it is.
When I heard that song, I Do, I'm sorry, in my opinion, that song is like all vocals.
No, we gotta learn that.
Mm-hmm.
All vocals. So now here's the thing. When you got enough people in the group that you don't need no instrument, you can make it all work with the vocals. Believe me, you are a problem. Hence the reason my boy Stan, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
That was your number 3?
That was number 5. That was number 4.
So you said End of the Road.
End of the Road.
Doing Just Fine.
The Prince of Egypt.
Gimmick.
I will get there.
Pass You By.
Oh, no, Pass You By, and I Do.
Oh, that's it?
I Do was the top 5.
All right,
I didn't mention.
Honorable mention. We can do honorable mention.
Thank you in advance.
Okay.
Wow.
I mentioned.
That's the one that got me in trouble in that debate.
And I thank you.
No. That's Thank You.
Oh,
Two different songs.
You right?
He said Thank You in advance.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God! Wait, no, I like Thank You better than Thank You in advance.
There you
No, Thank You. God,
right, get it
no,
right.
it's hard to pick 5 Boyz II Men songs.
You're not gonna do it.
Yo,
You're
hard.
not gonna do it.
It's hard to pick 5 Boyz II Men songs.
Pick 5 Boyz
That's
II
how
Men
you
songs.
know.
I did. If you a true R&B head like
I'll be honest with you. All right.
Pick 5 Boyz II Men
All right,
songs.
so
You're not gonna do it.
boom. I'll be honest with y'all. Boom. So let's talk about it here, because I like to talk, because this is where I was gonna get my ammo on the next part of this conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about these albums. How y'all fuck with them? How y'all fuck with these albums?
How I approach them?
How did y'all? How did y'all?
Well, so we gotta list them.
Do you? All right, album by album. Have you guys listened to these albums in their entirety on their standalones?
Yes, I've listened. Okay, so you had Cooley High Harmony.
Let me know what.
You
Yeah,
had Christmas,
you feel.
Christmas Interpretations.
No.
Number 2,
No.
Evolution.
No.
And then Nate, Mike, Sean, and Wanye. And then just with the 4 of them, the last one was called Full Circle. I've never listened to Full Circle.
Okay.
None of it.
Okay.
But those 5, I've listened to front to back, top to bottom for years.
Okay, so you're the one. You're the
and
one.
I've never. I can honestly say now, not every song is a banger, but it's still a great listen. I'm
gonna lean on you for this, Scott.
I'd say maybe number 2 probably has the most consistent amount of tracks. Like you can listen to that and get lost in it.
I agree.
Yeah, no, yeah.
How do you feel about Cooley High?
It was their debut because there was some hits and there was a lot of misses. Because mind you, Cooley High is populated with a bunch of remixes. So there's remixes to End of the Road. There's remixes to Hard to Say Goodbye. Motown Philly remix. The other one, There's two versions of that. There's too many.
I hate the music version. I hate
the
music version. I hate the music version.
Hard to Say Goodbye.
Wait. My man said it. My man Rocky said it right away. Injection, fellas. He said, no. He didn't think we knew the song. No. We got
that song is dope too. Right.
I have a confession to make.
Confession. Go ahead.
So
speak.
One thing I like to do with artists that I like to discover.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I just want to get this in real quick just because of the viewer. My man D1, his top 5 is End of the Road, Bend the Knee, Motown Philly. Doing Just Fine. I'll Make Love to You.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
There you go. See, now here's the thing with Boyz II Men, like any top 5 you pick, we respect it because I'm sorry. And when it comes to R&B groups, Boyz II Men for me is in a class of their own. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Back to my confession.
I thought that was it.
No. I wish it was. Although this is something that I do. If I like an artist and I like a song.
These are my confessions.
What?
Now this
gonna be the hardest thing I think I ever had to do.
R.I.P. Aaron Spears.
We're gonna have an Usher versus Chris Brown episode.
R.I.P. Aaron
Oh God,
Spears.
I forgot to ask y'all. I'm sorry. Pause everything. I forgot to ask y'all, especially you. How are y'all, bro? How are y'all? Cause I know that's your man. That's your man.
I was at work in the bathroom when I got the text message. I promise you, I cried.
God.
I meant to reach out to y'all for that. I know that was.
If you don't know, Aaron Spears played for Usher, and then he played for Ariana Grande. Look him up. One of the best drummers you'll ever hear, and it wasn't his drumming that won me over. It was his personality.
Everybody that ever worked with this guy said he is the nicest, most humble, encouraging guy. Everyone said the same thing about this guy.
Too soon.
So
Way
it's like,
too soon.
you know, for those of us that come out of church, for him to still live that out while he was working in secular venues and everybody knew him for the same thing. That man lived his walk and he lived it until he died. So that one hurt.
So man, the only reason I even know about bro is because my bro, like, he come in the car, I pick him up, we go out and do this, whatever, and he come in the car talking about, hey, yo, check out my man's here, my man's Aaron Spears. And this is like one of the best musicians. These are two of the best musicians I know. And I'm like, yo, and he's telling me this is who he looks up to. So that's how I knew, that's the only way I kneh about it. He's he drums for Usher, that's dope. But it just mean more because he looked up to him. So I was like, yo, like that's.
Let me tell you how good Aaron was. Or rather, Usher's band was it.
You talk about Usher's band. You rave about Usher's band. Yeah.
Nah, I'm saying this is for another episode.
I rave about Usher as a talent. You rave about him as a band.
Because let me say something.
It's crazy.
There's one performance that just like solidified it for me. I forget what award show it was, but it was Usher first. He did Caught Up, and then it segued into him and James Brown doing Get On Up. Bruh, the reason I talk about his band is because Usher and his band were like this. When he does a crazy dance move, somehow the band is accenting everything he's doing. That's part one. Number two, the fact that James Brown, one of the pickiest recording artists in history, if he doesn't like one note, he's firing you.
Yeah.
This dude heard Usher's band. He was like, "Oh no, they can stay." Yeah. Because you better believe any other award show, he don't like. I'm collaborating with this artist. Okay, when they get up, when they done, my band's coming in. I promise you, James would have done that. He didn't even do that with Usher's band, and especially the drummer. That was the number one thing. He was hardest on the drummer. Oh, like his main drummer was Clyde Stubblefield for years. He run that man, put that man through the ringer. But he heard Aaron. He was like, "Oh no,
if you can't play funk on drums, James Brown."
This is for Aaron Spears. This is for Aaron Spears, yo. The homie.
Okay, that was the segue. Anyways, what was
right?
It?
So,
I'm still on Aaron Spears.
So yeah, I know, bro. I know.
That one really hurt.
I know. That was for y'all watch it. That's like Bray Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I know I went there. And it's I didn't that's like the equivalent that that we're talking
what I like about this group, we could talk about
anything, but right now we're gonna talk about Boyz II Men still until we talk about Jodeci.
We're really halfway through.
Yes,
we just getting started.
Just getting started. Because as you can see, we have shit. You know, this 2 years in the making. You gotta give us grace for going off topic.
Count them.
Feel me?
Marshmallow.
What? Feel me? You gotta give us grace. You gotta give us a little bit of grace.
That was good. That's two.
Cornbread, damn it.
Just tell us you enjoyed the conversation. That's it.
Shout out to Gold Dust. Shout out to Dustin Rhodes, man. Shout out to Dustin Rhodes.
Jesus. Anyway.
Down in your cock. Oh, sorry.
So,
what's
the bad?
Yeah.
All right, boom. Oh, boom.
You good?
All right, so
so we got all our top fives.
Top fives. All right, so okay. All right, so you said the top 5 songs.
You talking about the album?
Which
albums?
Out of the albums.
Yeah.
So I said front to back. Which one would you put? Like, if you had to put one on, like right now, I want to. For me, it would be number 2.
I still didn't give my confession.
Whoa.
My confession is, I'm gonna say it's quick. My confession is, although I do this a lot with other artists, when I like music, if I like the artist, I'm not gonna listen to that one song. I'll listen to the whole album and the body of work to see if I really want to rock with you or not. I will admit I have not done that to Boyz II Men. So I've never heard a complete album of any of them I haven't heard any of their albums in their complete form, and I apologize.
No, it's cool. What I will say?
Experience the albums and
it's crazy.
Purest. I can't. Okay. Unfortunately.
Wait.
Unfortunately.
Hey, cut off. Yeah. You got homework, motherfucker. Number one.
I got a lot of homework.
Number one, you got homework. All right.
A lot of homework.
Number 2, and the thing is, honestly, but I'll give you credit though. Because I will say
You kept it straight.
No. You kept it straight, and we always ask that. And
I
we
gotta
always
be
appreciate
honest.
I didn't really listen to all of them until like a few weeks ago. Right?
Understood.
I didn't really in its purest. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I get it. But over the last 2 weeks,
Yeah, the same question though.
You know,
out of the
out of all of them, all right. So out of the canon, it's 2. But for me, it's the fucking the Motown review one they did.
That was fine.
They listen, man. Fine. Listen. They put a whole new dynamic on classics. And when I say dynamic, I don't mean like how you get like what artists remake songs now.
Redefined.
No.
Was.
They simply remastered.
Yeah.
They didn't change. You know what I'm saying?
No, and most of the best ones were just acapella.
You know what I'm saying?
It's literally.
I love their version of Money.
Mm-hmm.
I love their version of it was the same old song. Was different meaning. I love that one.
I like.
I love that version of it. Just My Imagination.
Open Arms.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That whole Motown album. I like that. I like a lot of their covers. You know what I'm saying? Because they're very classic. They're very classic and classy individuals. So they go about doing the proper justice to whoever they're paying. I didn't like their Human Nature though. I didn't like Human Nature.
I'll admit that was.
I will say that's a tough song to cover.
But I loved what they did with What You Won't Do for Love when they threw MC Light on it. That might be controversial. I don't know how many people heard that one. Go hear it. What they did with what they won't do. What you won't do for love.
I like that.
Bro, I can't sing that song. I can't sing that song without doing their riffs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They threw MC Light on it or whatever. I loved it. But yeah, but those are my top. I would say like I like more what they did after, cause I'll keep it a stack with you. Like when I'm listening to their albums, like top to bottom, I'm like God, I'm hitting skip too much, man. I'm hitting skip too much.
I will admit
that's okay.
There's some artists that you know.
And that's no disrespect. I got records that I wouldn't play for y'all. Feel me?
They have like we listen to the canon ones. They have a whole slew of albums that weren't released in the U.S.
Yeah,
like there's one called Remedy.
I didn't see. I heard Remedy.
But you had to come YouTube for that. You're not gonna buy a CD in the U.S. So you had to do the homework for that one.
Exactly.
It wasn't terrible.
All right, boom. I don't know what was going on, but let's just say, just for this, throw it out there. I don't care. We here. We being real. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there was I was telling him this in the car. You could tell when shit goes left.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For the group.
Yeah.
For artists. You know what I'm saying? Tell them music. You tell them music, right?
Talk about it. More on this now.
Something around Evolution. Something around Evolution.
Something was off.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Because when you listen to the album in its entirety, that's
what I'm saying.
Because when you listen from the first two now, like when you go to the third, you can kind of tell. Because if you're with them from the beginning, you know when something's off.
Even 30 years removed, and you listen back to this shit, right? You can hear Cooley High Army. Mind you, there's probably a lot of shit you're gonna skip. You could tell why this was what it was at the time.
It was New Jack.
It was New Jack. It was Motown Philly.
Yeah.
It was Hard to Say Goodbye.
Yep.
And End of the Road. Yeah, and End of the Road.
But mind you,
you know what I'm saying?
Because
what
you're describing is their attempt to stay relevant.
No. I'm just talking about body of work.
I'm talking about within their body of work. The reason that their later albums started to go left is because they were trying to keep up with the time. So I don't even know if you knew this. Full Circle, the last album they had with Mike, was mostly techno.
Well, that was what I was gonna bring up. I was gonna take it there to change at the time, but it was definitely a change in direction of some sort. Yeah. Because it was clear. It was a clear. Like I'm gonna talk about this. I'll talk about it later with Jodeci, you hear a clear difference between the second and third album. You know what I'm saying? But with the Boyz, it was almost like, and they even talk about this too. You could tell they were beefing with the label.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell they were beefing with the label based on the songs that were put on there and the songs that were cool. They had 4 Seasons of Loneliness that led Evolution, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was on that album?
Besides Doing Just Fine?
Mama's
Song.
Mama's Song. Okay, and that was because of Soul Food. Soul Food carried that.
That's true.
What was it? Song for Mama?
Girl
in the Life magazine, Dear God, and then the Human Nature remake. Now, that's I would say that song is the dark horse of the album. Because the original song, Human Nature, I'm only human, that was a big hit. They revamped it. Almost no one knows about that song.
See, that's what I'm saying, though.
And that's a shame. Because it's actually a dope remake.
Yeah, I'm not even going to wait, hit. Way hit. Like, look at 2. You had Water Runs Dry. You had Bend the Knee.
I Make Love to You.
I Make Love to You. You know what I'm saying? What else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On it. You know what I'm saying? And then...
I'm talking about and the remake of Yesterday.
Yes! Oh my God!
Oh!
Yes! That was on
the wait, how did I forget that?
Me too.
Honorable mention. That's number 6
right
there.
Mention. You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that song yesterday.
Yesterday?
No. Pause.
Well, not a pause. That's not a pause.
Not yesterday. But I was thinking about the Boyz II Men rendition of Yesterday a couple days ago. I remember that. I think didn't you do that song for like a final in one of your classes? I'll help you out with that.
I think I probably did. Yeah. I don't remember.
Pacifying color.
That's one of the few instances where like someone remade it better than they
better. Oh, it's so much better. It's so much better.
Respect
to the Beatles.
Hold on. Ringo. And,
Mr. Conductor
and George. However, sorry, Boyz II Men blew your own song out of the water.
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to
I don't even know where we left off. This is a pin.
Yeah. But no. Absolutely,
I wasn't going to say it.
I feel like, but like, Cooley High had stuff that you look back on 30 years later and you're like, all right, I see why this was it is.
Yeah.
You see 2 and you be like, boom, 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 all right, I see the songs was here. Then you look at Evolution and it's doing just fine. It's 4 Seasons. Mind you, those are really songs that like fans is really gonna know.
Yeah,
true.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So if we're talking in wrestling terms, the casual fan, you don't know those songs.
Yeah.
So what was on Evolution? You know what I'm saying? So these things kind of fell off on 2. Yeah,
I mean, you not wrong.
I we love Boyz II Men. That's why we here. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all taking notes.
That's why we here.
But
then you realize after Evolution, that's when they started having the internal shit, and then not long after that, they dropped one, and then everything they did after that either flopped or was covered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, like I was saying though, like they weren't even hitting in the States at that point.
Right.
The majority of their money was coming from touring overseas.
They were the Temptations in the late 70s.
Say it.
They got there a lot sooner, but they were the Temptations in the late 70s.
Say it again.
You know what I'm saying?
Say it one more again.
I said it twice. Yeah. All right, but that's how I feel. So I feel like when the legacy of Boyz II Men. That's the one that got me.
No pun intended.
That you like that, right? The bars, right?
That was the name of the greatest hits album, FYI.
That's the one that got me. That's the one that broke me. And that's why I'm here. Yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Remember.
Cody Rhodes said you. Cody Rhodes said you be out. Whoa! You only spoke of mirrors. All that.
Adrenaline. Sorry.
In bones.
Something told me Cody Rhodes. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Alcohol man.
Dude.
Hey,
For me.
don't blame it on
I'm sipping. What's wrong with you?
Don't blame it on the liquor.
I'm gone.
We ain't got Jamie Foxx on this episode. Don't
I'm
blame it on the
gone.
liquor.
Go.
Don't blame it on
I'll
the
let you
alcohol.
know.
No,
I'm
no,
cool.
no.
I'm chilling.
Oh, you
but-
T-Paining right now.
Yes, sir.
See, I didn't lose my Holy Ghost. I don't know about
said-
that.
No. We keeping that R&B.
Okay, so we gotta
Just
wrap
like-
up boys. We haven't even touched on Jodeci yet.
Nope. All right. So,
And closing thoughts on Boyz II Men.
how do I?
Say goodbye.
In my opinion, Boyz II Men, like if they are the blueprint of R&B boy groups. In my opinion, for me, because
I'll stop you right there. I'm sorry.
That's what
I
they
ain't not
did.
gonna let you disrespect the good goddamn name of Michael Bivins.
I'll leave.
But here's the thing.
Please.
Well, no.
Come back.
Wait,
Come back.
no. I can fix this.
S2.
I can fix this.
S2.
He said they're the blueprint.
Uh-huh.
Who was the architect?
Ah. And we're not talking about Seth Franklin Rollins. Freaking Rollins.
Wait.
I'll have you know.
Wait. You was the architect? Otis, baby.
Who? Otis, baby.
They come to see the temptation. Everybody come to see you, Otis.
You wish you could work the way I do, but you can't, because there is only one David Ruffin. Without him,
Tips ain't nothing but a group
in search of the David Ruffin.
Matter of fact,
I
think
we
we
should
should
call
call
it
the group David Ruffin and the
Temptations.
Temptations.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Y'all begging me not to leave you. And I refuse to let you go. We have problems. We have problems, folks.
So
Jodeci,
All right.
in 1989,
due to some
they packed up their cars. They packed up in Devontae's car and headed up north. They had about 300 young
Divine.
and Mr. Dalton. Hey, don't matter, yo, just don't curse.
I'm just happy that I'm not the only person that knows that reference.
Come
This-
on, man. That
this-
just is Who that?
Nick Nack. Credit
Yeah.
Shout out to Martin. What? Martin
My
Lawrence.
little kids.
Martin
Martin Kid. Thank you, Martin.
Mhm.
Appreciate you, bro.
Who he had?
Now here's the
Speaking of which, that is a good one. Good transition. Because they were special guests. They were special guests on said show.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jodeci, let me tell y'all. In doing my quote-unquote homework research for this shit,
Y'all taking notes?
there was this one record I came across with them.
Mhm.
And it pretty much crystallized everything. Before I went to go back and listen to the history and like where in the origins, listening to this one song. The song is called Success.
Mm.
And I'm listening to the lyrics to this shit. And he's basically telling their story.
Mm.
Yo, we packed up in 1989 in Devontae's car. We had a couple of $100 to our name. You know, our parents didn't want us to leave. And shit. They wasn't feeling it, but we, from North Carolina, we packed up, went up north looking for a record deal.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, they pulled up on Uptown Records and got one. Yeah.
Just like that.
Have mercy.
Yeah,
Just like that.
long story short, I mean, like, boom. Like, when they was kids, like, Casey and JoJo, they was, like, fake famous in, like, North Carolina because they was, like,
Yeah, local heroes.
they did the gospel thing. You know what I'm saying? We know how that go once you sing a song real good, they make you sing it everywhere, and then everybody,
Where the
so on and so forth.
spirit of the Lord is.
That was mine was praise is what I do.
That was
That was just
What?
from what you're looking for, Kirk Franklin.
Oh God, what was yours?
Never mind. Sorry. Not to cut you off.
Mine was, what was it? It was Use Me by Chicago Mass.
I had praise is what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we all had one.
Yeah.
Not to cut you
They
off.
tried to put I Believe I Could Fly on me.
Oh gosh.
They tried to put I Believe I Could Fly,
Wow.
but then that kind I
I
but we
got
do places what I do.
I
You know what I'm
got
saying?
Praise is what I do.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, anyway. But yeah, so they got local fame that way. It's funny how y'all ever heard about the story about how they hooked up with Dalvin and Devontae?
No.
Boom. So apparently, all right. So Casey was dating this chick, right? And I guess she sing too, and they, all the singers know whatever, familiar with each other. They're like, yo, you should hook up with dude over here. So Casey's girl introduced them, but when your girl introduced you to another man, it's kind of like, what's going on? So I heard one version of the story.
I got a story about that.
I heard one version of the story where Casey actually.
This was before Mary J, right?
This is how they met.
Oh, okay.
This is how they met. This is how they met. JoJo.
Sorry.
Well, this is before. So I don't remember how it happened first. I don't know if JoJo was. Casey said JoJo was already chilling with Devontae.
Yeah.
But apparently his girl got them together or whatever, that Casey was there now. But he got it in his head that Dalvin and Devontae was trying to talk to his girl.
Mm-hmm.
And one version of the story I hear is he pulled a gun out on one of them.
That.
What version
Well,
of the story
this
I heard?
went left.
I don't know if that's
Really
quick.
quick.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Straight up. We go from Coolie
Damn.
High.
So what the hell?
You tell you, there's two different groups, right? But
Y'all taking notes?
But
You writing stuff
and
down.
for disclaimer, I wasn't there. I heard this. This is on in the internet stratosphere. I doing my digging and shit. I don't know if this.
But I ain't doing the gossip.
Case-
You ain't heard that
Look,
from me.
I didn't-
Get
That
down.
wasn't the version I heard from Casey. Casey did validate that. He's like, yo, I had this girl. I didn't know. Like, I was like looking at the funny kind of thing. Whatever. I heard that other shit from somebody. Whatever. Boom.
Right.
So who knows? But point is they walking up into a contentious situation, and they had to kind of blend. Now, also according to Casey, and Casey and JoJo, they kind of remind me of Prime in Colorado.
Shout out to CEO.
Yeah. Shout out brand name.
Prime.
Shout out to brand name.
Shout out to brand name.
Shout out to the home team. They kind of remind me of those two. But apparently JoJo had already been hooking up with Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
Casey had been still doing the gospel thing.
Yes.
Oh, and he had went to Virginia. He was on the other side of the country. That was kind of falling by the wayside. And Devontae was trying to make moves. He's trying to work for Prince and people like that.
Okay.
And so basically Casey like, hey, let me hop on with what y'all doing. JoJo's like, nah. Hey, his little brother. He's like, nah, don't be poaching on my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's like, look. Wow. And then on the other side, apparently, because they brothers, right?
Yeah.
You gotta remember, on the other side, Dalvin and Devontae, they brothers.
See, I ain't know that.
There's two brothers. There's two brothers.
2 cents.
Devontae didn't want Dalvin in the group.
I forgot about it.
So check it. So you got Devontae and you got JoJo. They're hitting it off. They chilling. They vibing.
Yeah.
And they both got brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got siblings. Y'all know this dynamic better than me. Yeah. Y'all sibling want in on what y'all got.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's pretty much it.
Y'all taking notes.
And what
I hope y'all learning something about this.
Now what? Hold up, wait.
So,
Why y'all wearing black? Because we're a real R&B group by blood.
yes, sir.
What was the question?
He said why y'all all wearing black?
Oh.
We because we in uniform. We're
Come
R&B
on,
group
man.
by blood. You know what I'm saying?
Uniform, you know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? This is a real
Yes,
thing.
sir.
When they talk about the bloodline, we really live that. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all don't know.
Like for real. The only reason, anyway, I won't get into that right now.
Cheese! One for the cheese!
Let me hit these comments real quick. We got people here. The same, to be honest, I know I'm definitely gonna listen to all their albums. I think it's reference
Please
to the Boyz
do.
II Men. Yeah.
Please
There's
do.
no voice to
Listen
man.
to
Yeah,
all
yeah.
their body of work. All good stuff.
Roger, this and Raw right now. Pause.
Oh shoot.
Nah.
Wow. Are we rivaling Raw? Wow.
We're not.
No, shout out to D1. Shout out to D1. Yeah, no. We see you, D1. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
D1, I'll let you boy.
See we give love. Well, my man Rocky Alexander in the building.
Yes, sir.
What I love, what Bivens did was not go gangster with them. Drew Hill was a complete rip of Jodeci. Woo!
No. Here's why I say no.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got it.
Here's the thing about Jodeci. There was only one other group at the time that you could actually classify in the same category as Jodeci. That was Mint Condition. Why? Jodeci was a band.
Woo!
Everybody else was just a bunch of vocalists.
Jodeci was
You know why
was
they
a
say?
band.
You know why they say that though? You know why? I'm gonna keep this up here. You know why they say that though? Because one, they came after, and two, Cisco and Casey.
True.
That's why.
True.
That's why. And
it's easy to make. It's
check
easy
it.
to make that
He's a testament to this. He's a testament. We was listening to. He didn't realize this shit until like 10 minutes before we got up here, right? So we listening. I'm listening to Jodeci, right?
Mm-hmm.
Casey hit a riff.
Well,
right. I tell him, listen to this riff.
And the riffs sound kind of familiar.
It's because, and that's why I told him in the car, like, I did him a disservice because I let him get too far down that Drew Hill.
Now, and I told him this. I said, here's the thing. When me and Stan officially met like 15 plus years ago, damn, I was already a student of Drew Hill.
Yeah.
We bonded off of Boyz II Men.
That's true.
We bonded off of Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men in wrestling.
Boyz II Men in wrestling.
Crazy.
But then Drew Hill was like kind of when we were like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We were like, Drew Hill, like, this is what we're gonna do.
Drew Hill was popular. I would say popular.
And we had the Jazz Cisco dynamic.
That's
so we were just like, we're gonna go with that.
We always have.
But to that though, I felt like I did do a disservice because we in the car earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Casey hit a riff.
Yeah.
That he
Yes.
know Cisco for.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When we playing I'm Still Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
When Casey go, my arms are open wide. He know that.
Wait. Do it again?
He said,
that's Fred.
That's Fred who?
Fred Hammond.
Talk about
it. I didn't even know that song.
Talk about it. What? Talk about it. So we talking about the Godfather. We talking about the Eazy-E of R&B. Right? Talking about the Godfather of.
Please tell me you knew that.
If you don't know, as a musician, you gotta understand.
Wait a second.
A lot of the music.
No. Brian McKnight. But Silk. 112. All of them reference commissions. And nowadays, Jamie Foxx.
Who else?
Tank.
Who else?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another one, but I just listed like 4 or 5 of them. All of them go back to commission. The riff you just did, you said that was Casey?
Casey is the Eazy-E of R&B.
He got that from Fred.
And if you don't know, now you gotta understand, you're gonna know stuff
Fred
like
Hammond
this
came
if
out with
you're
it.
a student.
82.
If
And
you're
that song
if you're a
was from the
student,
second
You know
album, so
why?
it's 84.
You know why? Gospel.
They all go
They
back
come
to commission.
They come back to that.
Oh, okay, let me know.
don't get me
Nah,
started when it comes to
I'm
gospel.
putting this out here right now. All right,
Right.
we talking about R&B groups.
Go ahead.
We said before, New Edition is the palm and all those other
Yes.
groups of the fingers.
Yes.
Okay, fine. If New Edition is the palm, the group of the fingers, guess who the arm was, baby? Commissioned. Fred, Keith, Michael,
Who?
Carl,
Well,
and Fred.
There you go.
All of them. Even Take 6 references commissioned.
Dog.
wow.
All of them reference commissioned.
Dog.
Go to YouTube. You'll find Jamie Foxx talking about commission. Him and Tank talking about commission. Tank on his podcast talking about commission. All of them reference commission. So the fact that you sit there talking about the riff you just did, I didn't even hear Casey. I never heard that. I'm like, that's Fred from Running Back to You. his first original song with the group.
Are you taking notes?
I'm learning.
Goodness.
Are you
I'm
doing
learning.
your homework?
I'm learning. Feel me?
You see how
Brian
this
McKnight.
all ties in?
He does a song called "Lonely for Me."
Don't get me started on Brian.
He calls
McKnight.
back to commission. He
Don't
does a
get me
riff by
started.
Mr.
Brian
Joel.
McKnight.
Oh, God.
Brian McKnight is his.
We're not gonna talk about Brian McKnight. We're not gonna talk about Brian McKnight.
Yeah,
We're not
man.
gonna
You
talk
rabbit
about
children.
Yeah. So Jodeci.
Jodeci.
So yeah, the captain.
Nah.
It's pure.
No loud music after 10 o'clock unless it's Jodeci or Patti LaBelle. Acting.
Do not get me started
Dog.
on Brian.
Don't. We're not talking about Brian McKnight tonight.
Another episode.
Probably not.
Another episode.
But
That's the whole season.
Yeah. That's more. That's anyway.
Continue.
I'm gonna just shut up.
But back to what it was. Yeah. So Jodeci, the Detective Javante,
Jodeci.
they came up, and what was crazy is they played. Devontae had already had what became their first album. He had already pretty much put that together in the basement as their sample, as their reference. You know what I'm saying?
My bad. I mean, cut you off. The first album was what? Definition of a Band?
No, the first album was Forever My Lady.
Wow.
That was the name of the album, not the record.
Yes.
Okay.
The album was Forever My Lady, right?
Am I confusing on the condition?
It's
What was the definition of a band?
No. You're thinking of a Diary of a Madman. That was their second album.
Okay.
So
Good song.
So the first album was Forever My Lady, right? They had Forever My Lady. They had Stay. They had I'm Still Waiting. And what I noticed about this album that I didn't realize before, it had the whole B-side is straight New Jack Swing.
Bro.
Is straight Devontae wowing.
Not to cut you off.
Wow.
There's a lot of albums out there. The B-side be knocking.
Stupid.
But some people don't listen. If you like an artist, listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to tell you something right now. If you like an artist, don't listen to the single. Everybody knows the single. Listen to the entire album from front to back. Not on shuffle, in order. So you can hear the complete work. Because like if
there's nuggets in there.
If you listen to the single, it's like just looking at one certain section of a beautiful painting. It's like looking at the Mona Lisa, but only looking at her face. You gotta look at the whole picture.
And here's why.
Listen to the whole album.
Here's why Jodeci hit for me so hard, because when you go and you listen to albums, go back and listen to Forever My Lady. It's no skips.
Nope.
It's no skips.
You can't.
You go. You listen to their second album, Diary of a Madman. There's no skips.
No skips.
They got 2 straight albums of no skips. Now you can you can take your pick or whatever, and maybe Diary. I'm looking at the records that even the low points on quote unquote low points of Diary of Madman. You got fucking Redman featuring. You got Missy Elliott.
I
featuring.
forgot about Missy Elliott.
You got Timbaland, a young Timbaland out here.
And this is before they was legends.
This is where they started.
Wow.
This is where they started. This is where Timbaland started, bro. Missy Elliott started right here. Wait. You know what happened? They branched off for this. They created what was called the Basement Crew, bro.
Tell the truth.
The Basement Crew, where they grabbed up Genuine, and they grabbed up the 2 dudes that are in Drew Hill now.
No, so this was the Soultronics before the Soultronics.
Feel me? Like,
I know,
you know what I'm saying? This group,
Soulquarians, my bad.
Imagine this is like boom. This is like NXT back when you had like Keith Lee, the Adam Cole, like you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
The black and gold.
Yeah, like the black and gold type thing where it was cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like this was like it was bro, and it all kind of
best NXT era. I'm sorry.
And when we talk about
why your voice gets so deep?
Because
you
you gotta understand. like right when it went before Tupac, right when Ciampa got his second title run, that's when things kind of started to go down. Not his title run, but after that, things went downhill. I'm sorry. Adam Cole was one of the.
I'm sorry. We're not gonna do that.
Go ahead.
I love you, brother.
You see how quickly he can go left?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Quickly.
No. But,
All right, so Forever My Lady,
yes.
Diary of a Madman. Those are the staples for
So
Jodeci.
I'm looking at it like, all right, people put Biggie, Notorious Biggie, on a pedestal for rap because he had 2 flawless first albums, and then, blah blah blah. Jodeci had 2 flawless first albums out the gate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like, we talk about artists coming out, and we was just lamenting. We was just kind of giving Boyz II Men grace for Cooley High Harmony.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't perfect.
You feel me?
It wasn't perfect.
You go back and listen Forever My Lady. It starts with stay. It starts with stay. Don't talk. Just listen. It goes in from there. From there, goes in Forever My Lady. I'm still waiting. You and I. It has all the slow jams that you know.
Which one has their cover of Lately? Is that
that wasn't even on the album. That was just a sing. That was just I'm in my bag.
Lately.
That's just I'm in my bag. I'm Dame Mary J. I'm in you know what I'm saying? I'm at the top of R&B right now. You know what I'm saying? We R&B right now. If you think you're lonely now, give me the record. I got you. You know what I'm saying? They call it Casey in the studio at 1:00 in the morning to record a cover that If You Think You're Lonely Now. And that's what that rockstar level they was on at that point, right? Like,
what's up? Do You Believe in Love fall?
Do You Believe in Love? That was the.
Do you believe?
Oh my god!
The first album. I think it was Forever. Let me double check. It was. I think it was Forever My Lady.
I probably am.
You singing the C sharp. They sing that even that. That's it.
And the promise that it gives,
I wanna love you alive, 'cause your love is why I live.
Woo! We ain't never did that before, by the way.
Not one.
You know what's crazy? I figured at some point we was gonna do it.
Yes.
And on the fly, in the heart.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We did that.
Yeah.
Clickety click. Clickety click click
We gotta
click.
make fucking TikToks. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bartender. All right. But yeah.
It's the magic.
So that actually brings me to the next point. How about them? Their harmonies. We talk about Boyz II Men harmony. Now, in its purest form.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo!
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, continue.
And it's
Don't go ahead. Come on. Focus.
Yeah. And hands down, we'd already know what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boys, we got you.
right.
Yeah.
However, we all come from church.
Yeah.
These boys have gospel harmonies.
And the truth be told, they kind of broke the mold with that. So what, like, let's say Boyz II Men was the next level, but the guys actually come out the gate with like, nah, you're gonna sound like somebody you ain't never heard. That was Jodeci.
Yeah. You know what I noticed with them too? What a lot of gospel songs tend to do. A lot of times, soprano will have melody.
Yes.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Right.
I don't know if you know what you just did.
Right.
I don't know if you know.
We're here, right?
This one we just said was a perfect example.
Right. I just said that was the melody.
Did.
That's JoJo. That's JoJo. JoJo always had that, and that's why I said to you in the car. I don't know if we were younger, if we were able to really grasp it because our voices wasn't there yet. Our voices was just able to grasp Cisco and Jazz. And now I don't want to make it seem like Jazz and Cisco was worse singers than Casey and JoJo, because personally I believe that both of Jazz and Cisco were better singers than Casey and JoJo.
Yeah, and longevity proves
I feel as
Jazz is a better singer than anybody in JoJo.
I feel as if
Jazz is better than anybody.
I think Jazz and Cisco took the blueprint of Casey and JoJo,
absolutely,
and then brought it to a whole nother level, which is what you're supposed to do.
Where do you think they got? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where do you think they got that from?
Talk about it.
I mean, think about it. I mean, yeah. That's just who. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just elongated. It's elongated. And ladies and gentlemen, when you see me in, all right. Anyway, it makes sense. It makes sense, right?
More
it makes
on
sense.
that,
right? It makes sense. So
later.
Oh.
We got a module.
No. So don't think those chord progressions. I think you module.
This is why we're not allowed to be together.
Hey, yo.
This is why it took 2 years for this podcast to happen.
All right.
Oh man.
Boom. What I'm saying, all right, boom. Their vocals, even though like you could break their vocals down, you compare them to the Boyz II Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boyz II Men obviously has better individual singers, right?
Agreed.
And they have a better grasp on how to work together.
Yeah.
Right? They have better chemistry in that. Jodeci was better at making records.
I can't disagree.
Jodeci was better at making
I
records.
can't dispute with that.
And
I would say that Jodeci as a group was more involved in the record making process than Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men was still, and mind you, their first couple albums was Motown. The Motown formula was someone else writes for you, you just sing the songs. That wasn't Jodeci. It was like, nah, this is us.
No, like you said, there was a band, Devontae.
Yeah.
We talk about Casey, Devontae.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, man.
This man, their whole first album was a demo that he did in his basement.
Wow, that's crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It was a demo. Most of these songs he did in his basement that he took to the label, and the label said, "Nah, we ain't feeling this."
Wow.
And they said, "F this, we gonna sing for real. They did one of our numbers just now. They sang a cappella, and Heavy D just so happened to be in the hallway.
Wow, okay.
And told homie, yo, if you don't sign to my will."
Yeah, I ain't know that.
You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace to Heavy D.
Rest in peace to Heavy D. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all may not talk about him, but I do.
They talk about Puff Daddy was a little homie at the time. This before, yeah.
Before current Diddy.
Yeah.
More
nasty Diddy.
Yeah.
On that.
In the Day 26 episode.
Later. Way later.
Oh, we can do Danny King too. They R&B, right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
they part that. When I said females to feud, they fall in that category.
Tune in for that. We're gonna do a Danny Kane and Day 26 episode. Oh,
we have to.
Oh,
we have to.
More on that later. Table
we
back.
have to.
That.
I'll be up in the studio if you give me some pure Cambodian breast milk.
I'll give you the 5 greatest rappers of all time. Dylan.
Because I spit hot fire.
Lord, we gonna do a Making the Band episode. Because honestly, truth be told, we should have been there.
You do us, man.
Yeah.
I rip and I rhyme. I rhyme and I rip. This is the way that Dylan speaks. Oh, gosh. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle.
Yo, we either gonna do the track or we're not gonna do it. You do us, man.
Listen close as light turns fade.
Nah.
My bad.
I wrote this out in 94.
Yeah.
But speaking of 94,
that's
kind of when these guys kind of started losing it.
Yo, bro.
Great segue. Yo, I just want to say that.
Yo, no. All my life is what put Casey and Georgia on the map. Was that 97 or 98? What year was that?
7, 8, because
Oh, my
How
life.
Do You Want It was 96.
Guns Nights, you're right. 94.
So so like we said on the Boyz II Men, I praised the first two albums, right? Diary Mad Band and Forever My Lady. Like, and I just want to put emphasis on Forever My Lady. Honestly, that's B-side of that. When y'all get a chance, listen to both of them, but really Forever My Lady. I think y'all would appreciate Forever My Lady.
Listen to the B-side of an album, okay?
Because
Y'all taking notes?
Here's the thing too. Here's the other thing about Jodeci. I feel like they're more influential than Boyz II Men. If you look at how R&B is today, mainly Chris Brown, because he's the closest and biggest thing I could fucking name right now.
Yeah.
He remind me more Jodeci or remind me more of Boyz II Men?
I would say this.
Jodeci.
I'd word
He
it.
remind I take all and to your credit, he remind me more of New Edition or Belle Biv DeVoe.
I would word it differently. I would say this. More people can tailor themselves after Jodeci than Boyz II Men.
Because of the marketing.
But marketing, but also what is Boyz II Men? I feel like Boyz II Men encapsulates the old sound with a new feel that no one else can really replicate. However, Jodeci, they were the first to do it. So everybody that came after was copying them, with the exception of your Boyz II Men and your As Yets.
So here's the thing.
As yet.
Right? Last night. More on that later.
Hard to say I'm sorry.
I almost cried because it was so beautiful.
Damn.
Anyway.
My hand is still out.
Who the fuck
No,
is that?
I said I would word it differently. But I mean, you're not wrong. I have to agree. Like Jodeci was the template.
Yeah, because look. If you look at how R&B kind of evolved over the last 25 years, they want more hip hop now. They're not making love to you. You know what I'm saying? They freaking you.
True.
Yeah.
See, now that's Silk though. Now we talking a different group.
No, not. I'm talking Jodeci.
Oh no, you're right, mother. I
talking
get too mixed up. Nah,
I'm in Jodeci.
because but anyway, with that, it proves your point.
You
Because
know?
bruh, Silk took that aspect of it.
You feel me? Jodeci. Wait, let's keep it a stack here. Wait a minute.
He's right.
Let's keep it a whole stack here. Because we talk about the New Jack Swing and shit, right?
Yeah.
They came late in the New Jack Swing.
Yeah.
So what you're really starting to see is the rise of gangster rap.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys were the really first ones that you saw with the R&B and rap collabs like that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
These guys was hanging out with Suge Knight and Death Row and shit. Motherfucker, Puff went into Uptown Records and shit. They're hanging with Puff. Puff was a low man's at the time.
On the toe.
You know what I'm saying? By the time, the early 90s come about, they're already on top of R&B and on top of the charts, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. All right, I'm thinking about Jodeci and Tupac. I'm thinking, How Do You Want It in 96? You too. Y'all older than me, not to give away. But what song came before? Boom! Come and Talk to Me remix. What other? Wait. Before Jodeci. When did you hear a rapper and a singer on the same record?
Fantasy, right?
What year was that?
I think it was the same year.
What year was that? Come and Talk to Me was.
Come
and Talk to Me 91.
That was after.
Come and Talk to Me 91.
You said remix.
Come and Talk to Me remix in 91. That was 91. That's like 91.
I think that was. I think
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I think that was after. That was a good
No,
song.
it was definitely after. I thought that you in the remix was like later on.
No, remix. No. Like coming to like Forever My Lady. It was all. It all came from Forever My Lady, the first album. It dropped in '91, and they did the remix to it with Puff on it.
Actually, scratch that. You said it was the first time you heard an R&B singing and
Yeah. What?
Technically speaking, they did Transformation Crusade and they did Run DMC.
Please, come on, tell him.
Just truth be told.
You know what
I'm talking about again.
No, because we gotta give flowers. We gotta give credit's due.
If you're talking mainstream, yes, it would have been Jodeci.
That's lit.
No, you're right.
That's lit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not up on commission like that. I gotta do that.
That's yeah, man.
I gotta do that.
So
I gotta do that. I do my homework.
That was Fred's vision for where gospel was going. He wanted to integrate hip hop and R&B. Right. So like, yeah, the first time you had like an R&B based group was having Transformation Crusade rap on King of Glory, and that was like 89, 90. So this is before anybody ever did that. And that was kind of one of the staples of commission is that they were like, they would blur the lines a little bit because they would incorporate rock and R&B in their records. Whereas like the Winans, it was just like gospel and R&B. They sounded way too good to just be a church group. Yeah. Then commission comes in and they had electric guitars and all this stuff. And it's like, wait. What are we listening to? So, yeah.
That's so crazy. Like, we gotta have a whole episode just on the dynamic of gospel and R&B by itself.
Oh, heck yeah.
We gotta do that. Just because it's just it's amazing. It's amazing. It all comes from slavery.
That's a conversation a lot of y'all are not gonna want to have. But we
talk about the
blues. So I don't mean to want to cut everything short, but we've almost been on for 2 hours.
Yeah.
No. We can go. So I
barely scratched the surface.
Barely scratched the surface. So let me ask this: I'll ask this final question. If you could recommend to somebody an album to listen to from the groups that we discussed about, not just Jodeci, not just Boyz II Men, but some of them we mentioned.
No, right now, out of the 2 groups,
what you got? I will say Boyz II Men's first album. What's the name of it? It's Cooley High Harmony. I would say Cooley High Harmony because I think, in my opinion, Jodeci set a bar with R&B music, and I think Boyz II Men took that idea and went a different direction with it. Not a bad direction, but a good direction.
I'm gonna stop you.
In a direction where it worked for them.
Hold up. Opposite. Boyz II Men came first.
Oh.
They ran down on Michael Bivins when they was trying to look for Will Smith.
You're right. I'm sorry. I still stand by what I said.
No, I heard you.
Boyz II Men's first album. Listen to it. And it complete. Track 1 all the way to the end. No skips. And don't shuffle it. Just listen from top to bottom. Listen to the complete body of work. That's what, for me, that's what I feel like R&B really is. You got to listen to the complete body of work. Not just certain tracks. You got to listen to the whole album. That lets you know who the artists are individually. Because if you listen to it, you will see that on certain tracks, certain artists have their moment to shine. That's what I'm going to say.
I'll say this. And mind you, I'm not just saying this because it's Christmas season, but Boyz II Men's second album was Christmas Interpretation. And I don't know how many groups would actually take the risk of making their second album a Christmas album, for heaven's sake. Christmas Interpretations.
That's why they're suing themselves.
Christmas Interpretations from front to back. Majority of it is original songs. There's never been anything like it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Boyz II Men fan. I can't recall hearing an album that sounds anything like that. And even if you take away the Christmas theme, bruh, what is it? Do they know? one of the songs, bruh, years later, Commission got Wanye in the studio and copied that song.
The same motherfucker we were talking about.
Exactly. The same guy that they copied was like, yo, let's get a piece of that.
Are you taking
I feel like we
notes?
gotta do a Commission episode too. I gotta do my homework on these guys. Like,
You can.
oh,
You know what?
But
Anybody who's
I
on
would
this
say,
and watching, y'all got homework to do.
we got homework.
So it's the Christmas season, but also in the spirit of what we're talking about. I would say the Boyz II Men album, Christmas Interpretations, front to back. It's 10 tracks. The first one is an interlude, which is just a repeat of the 10th track, but nonetheless.
No skips.
Those 9 songs you got. I was about to do LA Night. I was about to do LA Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those 9 songs from the 5th flow. Fire. Y'all people watching this know about Mario. That's all I'm saying.
I love it. If you don't know Martin,
If you don't know Martin, if you don't know Martin, what you gotta do? Do your homework.
What does GGD stand?
Cut the drums.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Yo.
I'm tired.
We gotta get a do your homework shirt.
Oh, that's it.
No.
That's the
Do
catchphrase. Do your homework.
Other than that, we got the R&B 605.
605, baby. Do your homework. Stand for
what's
you.
yours?
So you. What's the album you recommend?
I can't. So I'm caught. So if you're R&B purist, I gotta say "Forever My Lady."
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this for you too. I'm gonna say this for you too. I know you didn't.
Guilty.
I'm not
gonna ask. I know.
Guilty.
So I'm gonna just say, as R&B purist, "Forever My Lady," because the first half of that is just pure R&B. The second of it is that New Jack swing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and there's no skips. No skips. Now, for contemporary, if you want a little bit of fucking feel like nowish, or feel like you could get kind of play this nowish, kind of get you like, or you make it feel a little swaggy, I'll go with Diary of a Mad Black Man. My Diary of a Mad Man. Yeah. Diary of a Mad Man. That one is more of a hip hop feel. That one more of a hip hop feel. You get a young Timbaland, a young Missy. You know what I'm saying?
And that's somewhere Boyz II Men that really went.
And that's that's one thing I want to say about what I say about when I say Jodeci made better music. I don't want to I don't want to say it like that, because Boyz II Men made like anthems. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Boyz II Men made anthems. You play this for a special. Okay, you're getting married.
Yes, I
do.
Somebody
died. You know, it's Mother's Day.
Mama.
Somebody, you're trying to get your wife back.
Wedding,
like
not
your girlfriend, your wife.
Your wife.
One sweet day.
You feel me? You play Boyz II Men for a very specific occasion.
Yes.
That specific occasion could come up, 3 to 6 times a year.
That's true. But you play Jodeci.
But Jodeci, you would play that
every week.
Every night. You about to You know what I'm saying?
Forever, my lady.
Well, listen. Jodeci get a bad rap. Jodeci get a bad rap. I'm holding you close, keeping you warm. What? They get a bad rap. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna see why they get a bad rap. Because they the bad boys on R&B, right? And when we specifically talk about Boyz II Men versus Jodeci, we talk about a clean cut image versus like a rough around the edges. Image, right?
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. There's some merit to it, because if you look at
talk about it.
If you look at Jodeci now, bruh, Kevin on stage said it, bruh. They sound like a freaking Sunday's men's choir nowadays, man. Boyz II Men still sound good.
They live hard.
It wasn't even hard. It was stupid.
But here's the thing.
Casey, I'm sorry. Casey sounds like he belongs to the Gore-Tex group.
Wait. Hold up. I didn't notice it until I got over here a few hours before I got over here. So I didn't notice.
So you didn't see the Tom Jordan performance?
No, I did.
I love it.
Yo,
You seen it? I'm lightheaded. I seen it. You seen it?
I'm lightheaded right now. Just like,
Not only did I see it, bro, I'm not allowed to laugh. You know why?
Because
That's us. That's us in like 30 years. You feel me?
Jojo, what? Jojo, what? Somebody,
Here you go. Cause that's us.
yeah.
That's us. I couldn't even laugh at that.
I can
I'm
laugh.
not even mad.
Not us. And
I can laugh.
but on a more serious note, man had a stroke.
I know.
Yeah.
Man had a stroke. So I also get
Due to what though?
Yeah.
No. We're gonna keep it real. Let's keep it all.
Talk about
Wear
Do
and tear.
what?
Wear and tear.
Talk about it.
No, not even wear and tear. Wear and tear due to what now?
Drugs and
Well, say
alcohol.
what you want.
Drugs and alcohol.
Say what you want.
Boys
Boyz
to
II
men.
Men were the CM Punks when it came to their road life.
Wow.
They lived a clean lifestyle.
Mhm.
The
And
boys,
if they didn't, we didn't know.
heck no. Did we know?
We didn't know.
We didn't know.
They kept their image intact.
Facts.
They image. That's one thing I was saying earlier. I was saying to my girlfriend got on here. One thing Boyz II Men didn't play about was their reputation
Nope.
And money.
and their money. Feel me?
Right.
That's when they got rid of that base motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because listen. I saw it in that Breakfast Club interview. I saw it right there when they was talking. When Nate was talking about that man, and it was like, yeah. Anyway,
I wasn't gonna say it.
I said, yeah, and I felt bad. Because like then you see the reality show where that man was struggling. I was like, yo, damn, you ain't got no heart, but whatever, whatever.
I wasn't gonna say
Nah,
it.
but like
I wasn't in that room, so I don't know, right?
Compare that to the footage of JoJo passing out drunk
On stage.
Stan, I wasn't on that.
And then, but you see, but here's what I say about. Here's why I say they didn't. That the Boyz II Men, they didn't seem like those three probably brothers because they've been through it, but they didn't really value that one like a brother because those four still tight to this day on the other side. Even if they don't, even if they don't like convene, they don't talk about my brother. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna catch Jodeci. You ain't gonna catch one member of Jodeci talking about another member of Jodeci. How these guys was talking about this guy on the Breakfast Club 9 years ago, but you wasn't catching that.
Son,
you wasn't catching that.
Nah, you 100% right. You know why? Because Davin did an interview on Vlad TV.
Yes, he did.
Bruh, he kept asking him specific questions. His answers were so vague.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, nah, it didn't really happen that way.
Yeah.
It didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Because it was a direct, like, yo, was Casey drunk in the show? It's like, I don't know. Not really.
Yeah.
Nah, he protected them cats.
Yeah, and granted, they didn't completely, Boyz II Men, they didn't completely throw Mike under the rug in the Breakfast Club interview, but they made it known where they stood.
Yeah.
They made it very clear. You know what I'm saying? Jodeci, it was kind of like, what's going on with y'all? Y'all still here? Y'all still friends? But they never gave any indication that there was any rift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you right.
And that was that stuck with me. That stuck with me. Even though y'all had y'all quote unquote y'all problems and whatever, that y'all were the problem child and all that stuff. Y'all kept that the loyalty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boyz II Men, you know, they kept they stayed consistent throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? Even if they wasn't charting, they was relevant.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the
And
Vegas working. Even with the Vegas residency they had. They was one of the first ones to pop that off for R&B.
That's true.
I didn't even know that.
They was one of the first ones to pop that off
I
for, you know what I'm saying?
Surprised.
They had that shit. They was one of the first ones to do that shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That was 9 years ago. They was talking about that.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
they did that, but you know, and it, again, we wasn't in that room, but you can see where they're very orderly.
Yeah.
Very like the image says, very clean cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's to the extent of we don't play about our shit.
Yeah. That's what I liked about that.
You feel me? You feel me? Like they tie their ties. You feel me?
Yeah.
That tie is tight. You feel me?
And
that tie is tight.
And on that note, ladies and
hold
gentlemen.
on, ain't on the high note yet. Goddamn, we gotta put a bow on this. Hold on, we in this one. We coming.
So me.
But on the other end, Jodeci, like I'm looking at, you know what it is? You had two brothers and two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. That's different.
That's different.
That is different.
That's different.
We ain't gonna talk about the group next.
Yeah, two brothers and two brothers. But what I will say to all that though, as far as, because you're right about commission, I got to do my homework on that. But as far as, because the point that I was gonna come in, that's why I'm not like going hard with the point I was gonna come in here with, because you brought that up. But as far as this contemporary R&B, Jodeci is New Edition is the blueprint. They're the ones.
Yeah.
But Jodeci is really the ones that really left their fingerprint on the industry.
I can you know
what I'm saying?
I can agree with that.
Even from something as simple as just turning your hat to the back and
Yeah.
singing. You know what I'm saying? That's just different. You know what I'm saying? These guys said, all right, cool, Boyz II Men, heard you. We gonna be the NWA of our shit. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. They get a bad rap for that. Because of the image. If you go back and listen to these albums, like I'm saying, you ain't gonna hear a love song. You're gonna hear, baby, I will cry for you. You're gonna hear My Heart Belongs to You. You're gonna hear Forever. You know what? Listen. Boyz II Men didn't even say no shit like this.
You're not wrong.
Listen. No. Listen, I didn't even say it yet.
No, you know why? I already have something in mind. Because Tank got together with a bunch of contemporary artists, and guess what song they covered?
Forever?
Cry For You.
Cry For You. Okay.
It's fire too. It was him.
Yeah.
Mainly, it was him and Jay Valentine.
Nah. Yeah.
My favorite song.
Bro, think about they think about they talk about. I just want to leave this with people, because they talk about Jodeci being this bad boy, raunchy, freaking you, fiending, drugged out, Forever My Lady starts out like this. Mind you, these guys are like 19. 19. They're like 19,
What,
right?
how do you start off with that?
No. Listen. I didn't even say how they started off yet. They're 19, right?
New right.
This is what no. This is what they said. This is what they said. The first thing they said, so you're having my baby. And it means so much to me.
So we're going to pick up in the middle of the story.
There's nothing more precious
than
to raise a family. But these are the guys that get the bad rap.
They get the bad rap, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Daggum. Nah.
Feel me?
Nah.
But Shanae.
Wait. Do what you came to do, kid.
Forever,
Shanae.
You feel me? Shanae heard it. They was talking to this Shanae. Boyz II Men was talking to. She was talking to the. I don't know who was bougie back in the day. Who was bougie back in the day?
Forget about that. Think about the fact
they was talking to the bougie. Boyz II Men was talking to the bougie bitch.
No, listen.
Josie was talking to Shanae.
Boyz II Men.
I'ma love you too.
Boyz II Men was on Fresh Prince, and they were singing Jodeci songs on Martin.
Come on now.
That's it all.
Come on now.
Let me know when we end this, because I really gotta use the bathroom.
All right, and on that note, we love y'all. This has been R&B.
Thank you for joining us for R&B.
Although we've come
after all,
You belong to me. I belong to you. We will see you next time on R&B with S3.
Baby.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
that's a
more.
3 dollar middle finger.
All
Gotta
days
see.
later.
Gotta see all 3 of them.
Hey.
Thank you,
Yeah.
baby.
Stay safe. Amen.